Hi there, Mouseketeers.
Welcome to the Disneyland Beat for April 2020.
Well, nobody can deny it's been a hard month for Disneyland.
The parks have been closed for the duration of the month, and it looks like they won't be opening before this is all over.
But we do have some Disneyland news to bring you.
We check in on how Disney leadership and market analysts are responding to the pandemic and shutdowns and what they have to say about a reopening date so far.
We look at what's happening to your tickets and annual passports.
And what Disney artists are posting during the pause. I mean, even the Disneyland app folks are making little animated shorts for us now.
We check in on movie openings and delays.
We have some construction updates to talk about.
We take a look at how some amazing Disney park fans have been getting by.
Please like and subscribe so you don't miss a single Disney beat.
Stick around.
Welcome back!
Welcome to the Disneyland Beat, where our toes tap to a Disneyland drum.
And we always whistle while we work.
Well, as you know, Disney parks in the United States have been closed for the entire month of April so far.
And we really only have some indicators as to when it's going to be safe to open the parks back up.
Disney leader Bob Iger has stepped back into the scene to help lead the company through the crisis, which we think is good. Iger has been asked to sit on a committee by California Governor Newsom that is making recommendations about how to reopen the closed sectors of the economy.
We hope Iger will do a good job balancing the realistic health needs of all of us while keeping the company profitable and avoiding any major budget cuts to Disneyland.
We thought it was great that Disney donated a ton of equipment, including hundreds of thousands of N95 masks and ponchos to be used as protective gear and a ton of food to local food banks.
The lines at the food banks in Orange and LA counties are long, so please consider donating to them if you have the means.
Iger has been quoted recently discussing changes to park entry that might include temperature checks in addition to increased hygiene and social distancing at the parks.
Iger has voiced that until there is some kind of vaccine or increased testing or a fast, effective treatment for COVID-19, there's not going to be a return to normal, and that we will need to craft a new normal.
No matter what, when the parks open, it's safe to assume there will be new rules in place that might be permanent. It could slow things down, especially at first, but who knows?
With new technologies like thermal cameras and facial recognition software, faster lines might eventually be possible.
Currently, as of today, April 20th, it's difficult to see a safe path that has the parks opening in May, but certainly anything is possible.
A study published April 18th by University of Washington epidemiologists suggests that in California, if it stays in its current lockdown, they'll be able to open the state in a limited manner around the week of May 18th.
And it will take more time and added protections put in place by Disney before a place as large as the parks could open. Disneyland has signaled as much, at least, as they have started booking hotel dates again for June, but they're leaving those bookings flexible.
We suppose there is a small chance it could open up earlier, but it's just as likely that it might be July, or even much later. Disney is being very careful not to say.
In fact, on the other end of the opening spectrum, several stock market watchdogs have predicted that it won't be safe to open the parks until January 2021, and even then, they would be looking at a 6 to 9 month period of getting crowds safely back to prior levels.
In other words, Disney will need to put mitigation practices in effect to keep people safe and keep up with new attractions in order to open the park and pull the crowds back in.
The park is not designed to make money with low crowd numbers, so it's difficult for them to model the best course forward. Just how many people do they have to get into the park? Maybe even a limited park with some rides unavailable to make it profitable?
Keeping the parks open with low crowds could be more detrimental to operational budgets than possibly even just waiting to open the park.
We think it's possible that Disneyland could open before Walt Disney World.
Disneyland has a local crowd base and thousands of annual pass holders who will not have to travel far to come to the park, and it's smaller, it's more manageable, even if it is more dense.
Disney has created a policy regarding tickets and annual passes. If you already purchased your ticket, they will be extending the periods those are good for, as many days in the park were closed.
But they will not be refunded. They are going to extend annual pass dates for as many days as the park is closed too. However, if you have an annual pass, you can request a partial refund instead.
Cast members who were paid for a month have just entered a period of being furloughed. They are retaining their health care benefits at no cost, which is great. We're sorry to hear that so many people, almost 100,000 across the country, are out of work, and we hope all the absolutely fantastic cast members can get back to the parks really soon.
Cast members, you guys are Disneyland to us. You are amazing. You've made every experience so wonderful. Thank you so much for what you do.
As far as the parks themselves during this time, some signs of life have been creeping out from behind the closed gates, mostly on social media.
Walt's lamp is still shining in his apartment window. His spirit is still alive.
The remaining security teams are still raising and lowering the flag every day. It's very moving.
And lots of Disney Imagineers, performers, animators, and more are working from their homes to keep us entertained during the shutdown and to keep productions moving.
We've been getting at home with Olaf shorts, which are actually voiced by Josh Gad from his home, which is super cool.
Apparently, it was Bob Iger's idea to have the excellent Disney Family Sing-Along, which broadcasted on ABC recently.
And Disney park groups like the Dapper Dans and the Jammers have been posting songs to keep us in the Disney mood.
We really appreciate the efforts of you Disney professionals who create the magic. Thank you so much.
Between now and April 30th, you can access the Disney Bedtime Character Hotline for free by calling 1-877-7-MICKEY, which is super cool.
You can hear from Mickey, Goofy, Donald, and others. Take advantage while you can.
And for those of us with Disney Plus, we got to watch Onward and catch up on every animated Disney flick.
We love the new season of DuckTales so far. A new episode dropped today.
In many ways, it's Disney's increased digital footprint that has been saving the day for the company.
Disney Plus, Hulu, the Disney Channel, and Disney XD represent a pretty large footprint that's still going. So they have a market even in these unprecedented times where the furloughs might have been worse.
Disney Plus could not have come at a better time for the company. Disney stock is down, but it didn't tank like it could have, and it has rallied. Today, the stock was downgraded for the third time this month. The current rally is unlikely to hold unless they announce a park opening plan.
Disney has delayed a bunch of movie openings. Mulan, Black Widow, and Marvel's Eternals have been pushed back later in the year.
And since Marvel has a connected cinematic universe, its timeline will now shift. Next year's Shang-Chi and the Legend of the Ten Rings, Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, and Thor, Love and Thunder are all being pushed back.
The Jungle Cruise movie was delayed all the way until June 2021. Makes me wonder if they're going to change it up, or if we'll ever see it. I certainly had mixed feelings about the trailer. How about you folks?
Most Disney movies are still working towards a traditional theatrical release, and I'm sure they're under pressure from theaters to do so, but one film, Artemis Fowl, will be released directly to Disney+.
Which we think is great. The $20 rental for Trolls World Tour, well, that was kind of hard to swallow.
Let's talk about the parks some more.
Okay, let's take a moment and talk about Disneyland construction.
Recently, Mondo from Five Fires went out to the parks and got some good views of Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and visible progress has been made, which you can see here.
We are very excited for this ride, but if you did not know, it did manage to open at Hollywood Studios in Orlando before the shutdowns, so there are excellent ride-through videos you can check out.
But by all reports, including one friend who is married to a current worker at the park, only limited construction is happening. We were told that construction is proceeding on most of the projects started before the shutdown, but it's going, quote, at a snail's pace.
We are told Disneyland has enough projects that already had funding spent to keep a limited amount of people working on Snow White's Scary Adventures, The Haunted Mansion, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, and Avengers Campus.
However, on the official website for Avengers Campus, the original July 18th date has been removed, so it seems Disney is suggesting the opening will be delayed.
Our guess is if budgets need to get cut, they will open Avengers Campus with reduced live entertainment for a while. But they will probably get the new ride and the new restaurant open.
And we hope it opens soon. And we hope it's a crazy party when it does.
Unfortunately, we do not have further specifics on construction, but it is nice to know that things are proceeding, even if it's super slow.
Well, Mouseketeers, we know that we'll get through this terrible pandemic together because it has been inspiring to see how the Disney park fans have responded.
Disney fans have been posting the best videos, with several dressing up as characters and others creating Disney park rides at their homes.
We've been having a blast catching up on these and might be putting out a second video soon. We put out one video that showcased 11 homemade attractions, and we have had a bunch more that have really impressed us that we want to share, at least 7 or 8 more at this moment.
Hey, that's over a third of the park represented. That's pretty impressive, folks.
Well, folks, there's been a lot of news.
but just as much uncertainty. And all we can do is hope that together we do what we need to do to keep everybody safe.
And hope we can all get back to enjoying the magic of the parks as soon as possible.
We hope you folks and all the Disney artists continue to create fun art for us to enjoy online while we're at home.
And cast members, thank you so much. We hope you're able to get back to work soon. We appreciate you so much. Thank you.
Remember, folks, this is going to end. There is another side to this, and as we were recently reminded, there's a great, big, beautiful tomorrow.
And tomorrow's just a dream away.
We will see you real soon, Mouseketeers.
See you real soon.